You're listening to the Clean Comedy Podcast with James Creviston and Luke LaCoy.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Clean Comedy Podcast. It's James, and today it's just me. Just me. That's it. No Luke. Luke is still out. No guest host, so no Danny, and no guests. So we're going to talk about the state of comedy. Now, I know this is something that we talk about quite a bit. We talk about what's going on in comedy, what's going on in the world with comedy. And I kind of want to give everybody my roadmap that I've been using during this whole COVID thing. I know I've kind of touched on a little bit, and Luke and I have touched on a little bit. We're going to make this a really short episode, really quick episode, so you can listen to it, kind of figure out your own roadmap. But I wanted to hit on those things. So let's jump into this. With the last 2 years of most comedians not having a lot of stage time or minimal amount of stage time or no stage time, it is important for you to be building during this time period. Now, I've talked about it before. You should be writing jokes every day. So that's number one. Write a joke every day. At least one joke. One joke. That's it. Next thing is create content of your own. This could be blog post, Twitter jokes, Instagram stuff, TikTok stuff. We talked about David Studebaker doing TikTok stuff and it going really well. We talked to some other people who are doing well on TikTok with comedy material. The ComedyPreneur blog that I do is growing and stuff. I need to be adding content. I should be adding content. That's on me. I'm doing like a million things. I wrote jokes for other companies. Luke and I worked with them on a marketing campaign. Like there's other things that we're doing to generate material, ideas, revenue, all those things. So find your lane. Find the thing you like, right? Say you really love Key and Peele sketch comedy stuff, right? Watch a bunch of that, write little scripts. You don't even have to do them, but you have them, and just works that muscle, and you'll get there. Now, if you want to turn those into TikTok videos or Instagram videos or make them and then put them on Twitter or YouTube or whatever, perfectly fine. That's what you need to do. You have to work this comedy muscle. It's a muscle. It's still a muscle. It's like going to the gym. If you don't go, if you just sit there, if you don't use it, you lose it. That's the truth, right? So do that. The next thing is going to be, say you're out. I talked to somebody the other day who they're not a comedian, but they have a job. They dislike it, but they have a skill base. That's amazing, right? They know computer stuff. They know languages, programming, all those kind of things. They're very smart at it. They're very good at it, but they're beholden to the powers that be, the corporations, the companies, whatever, and they're not compensated, what they deem to be fair for what they do. So I said, look, why don't you freelance? There's a lot of freelance things, and you know all these different codes, all these different styles and everything. Like, just do that. So we're working on that with him. And that's not something that I normally do. I'm not going to take anybody under my wing and show them to freelance or whatever. But I think it's a futuristic thing. I think it's something that people should do so you're not dependent on one source of income. That's the other thing is I'm working on multiple things of streams of income to try to do that, right? I want to write a book. We were working on a movie script that we're trying to pitch. I have another movie script of my own that I'm trying to pitch. Like, there's lots of things out there that are going, working for smaller production companies and marketing, like Luke and I did. Like, there's all different things. Find the thing that you want to try and just try it, right? You don't have to invest a lot of money in it. So you could even use your cell phone and talk into it. I have another idea for a podcast that is a Frasier-esque podcast, and with a character that we're working on, that I pitched, and it would be a character giving advice, and everyone would know who this character is because it's just a parody of that person, and they're famous. But we would be doing that, and then I would be having my comedian friends and other people we know call in with questions, right? They're not real questions because it's like Frasier, and call in, and then he gives advice, or that the character gives advice. So we're working on that too. That's something that is happening. It'll be audio only podcast. It'll be very different, very unique. So it's really something that I've been excited about, that I just came by accident. I was joking about it and in front of it with a group of people, and they were like, "That is hilarious. I would totally listen to that." I was like, "Okay, well, What is it going to cost me in time? Probably a couple hours. What is it going to cost me in money? $0, nothing. It's not going to cost me anything in money. Maybe I'll make a cover for it, right? Or whatever, you know, but or like, you know, obviously I have to make like a little symbol like the Clean Comedy Podcast logo and stuff. But other than that, it's not going to cost me anything. And worst case scenario, if the person that I'm parroting tells me to shut it down, here's the thing. That person tells me to shut it down, it's going to blow that up. So it's a win-win for me. And parody cannot be sued for. So if I parody this person, there's literally nothing they can do about it. They can hem and holler and whatever, but who cares? So those are projects that I'm working on. Those are things that I am excited about. And I think if you find that thing to get you through this, because this is, let's not sugarcoat it. This is BIS, right? This sucks. Nobody is able to grow. These are stagnant 2 years for most people where they're not developing, they're not growing, they're not becoming the things they wanted to do, or they're not being successful in things they want to be successful at. They're not succeeding in the parts of their life they want to be succeeding in. I mean, if you had a gym goal in 2020, guess what? You probably haven't been to the gym that much because, at least around here, gyms will close like that. Or you can't, you know, they limit how many people can go in, stuff like that. So it's rough, man. Like I get it. You got to keep your chin up. I get that there are comedians that want to get on stage. I want to get more stage time, but clubs need to get money, so they're going to book, you know, A-list celebrities that they know will sell out a room. And I'm not going to sell out a room. I know that. That's okay. I'm all right with that. But that's what's happening. So we have to be aware of the situation and control what we can control, right? I've wanted to do other podcasts. I've also wanted to start other projects. I am a big Magic the Gathering fan. I've said it before on here a bunch of times. And so I've wanted to do that. I tried to get a gig writing with one of the big MTG YouTube shows series, and it didn't really work out, which is okay, but that's fine. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll have to create my own content. Now that's a big thing to take on. There's a lot of pieces that go into that. So probably first I'll start with this small parody show that will maybe be like 5-minute episodes or something like that. Or, you know, I don't want to do something super long, like an hour. I think maybe 5-10 minutes for that show. Have 3 callers, 3 piece of a device, and just be done with the show. So we'll do that. But you have to find the thing that's going to work for you. The roadmap to your success is different for everyone. I have friends who did a show that I thought was going to be huge. The show did well, but there was some complications on the production side and didn't really blow up how we all imagined. But from that, they've got another deal in Canada, a Netflix deal, might possibly 2 Netflix deals, and other things happening because they're like, you know what, we're gonna stick to what we're doing. We're gonna do what we do best, and then the opportunities will come. And that's the thing, is if you're prepared for the opportunities, they will be, you will blow everything away. Like once you're prepared, you're ready. Like, so someone comes to me today and says, James, you have a script that I can read? I have a few scripts that I can hand to somebody, right? And say, here you go. You can read this stuff. I have a spec script. I have a spec of a TV show, which I'm going to have to redo because that show just ended. I'll have to do something else. I have my own couple of TV pilots and ideas. I have about 62 feature film ideas. I have about 48, I think it was 48 I counted the other day, TV show ideas. I'm not limited on ideas. I'm always coming up with stuff, writing jokes for myself. Again, never limited on ideas. If I think of a premise, I write it down. I have a ton, I couldn't even tell you how many premises I have. I have pages upon pages of jokes. I just write every day. Working this muscle means that when it comes to somebody hiring me to do something, I knock it out, right? I'm not worried about it. I'm doing that thing right then. So work the muscle. And I challenge you to do this. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this, and I want you to do this. Write a roadmap for what you want for the next year, the next 5 years, the next 10 years. I'm sure you've all heard this before, the 5-year roadmap thing. Like, where do you see yourself in 5 years, right? That thing. Do that now, right? Write that out, because it will give you something to look at and say, okay, this is what I need to be doing to be successful in 5-10 years or whatever, right? I wish I would have done that sooner. I have done versions of this, and it's gotten me through a year. I've never planned out further than like a year usually, because I just can't. Like, my brain will, explode. But I'm going to sit down and write out a roadmap. I'm going to go look up a roadmap. I'm going to link it in the show notes for you guys. I'm going to do that and make sure that we have like a roadmap thing that everybody can use. And I would love to hear you guys, email me with a voice message saying this is my roadmap, and let's hear them. I want to hear some cool roadmaps because I know a ton of you are amazing and you're just not getting your break. So what's holding you back? You're the only thing holding you back. I'm the only thing holding me back, right? That's it. In all honesty, I am the only person holding me back. I am halfway done with two features of my own that I just keep putting on the back burner because I'm doing other people's stuff. I'm holding myself back. I could be making movies right now, right? I know, like I said, I have two friends who are amazing. They're wonderful people. They're also two mentors to me. And they have been doing amazing things. And if I just get my junk together, right, I could be doing what they're doing, I mean, to be fair, they're like way cooler than me and way more awesome. But still, I could be rocking it as well. Maybe I'd have a B grade movie on something, right? I wouldn't have a Netflix movie yet, but maybe I'd have, whatever. I don't even know what's out there. There's a million different platforms to be putting things on, but maybe a sci-fi movie, right, as opposed to a Netflix movie, which is not terrible. I love sci-fi, or a Shutter movie, or whatever it is. I obviously don't make horror movies, and I don't really make sci-fi movies. I make action comedies and comedy films. So, but something like that, like hey, I would take a Lifetime movie. Okay, I would take a Lifetime movie or a like one of those Hallmark Christmas movies. I'd do one of those. I have no problem with that. That'd be awesome. I would love to do like a Christmas with the Cranks and National Lampoon's Family Vacation, like smashed together type thing, like something like that. I don't know. I have some ideas for stuff. I also have one. I'm not going to say it on here, but I have one that involves a comedy mentor of mine, and I really would like to get her to do it. But now that I realize that she's not going to be in LA, I think I have to figure out how to get this to work for her. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. I'm going to link the roadmap in the show notes. Everyone do a roadmap. And then I want you to email jamesdcreviston@gmail.com. That's my email. Email me with just a voice memo or a recording, whatever, of what your roadmap is for the next year, the next 5 years, and the next 10 years. Well, you see, it could be like 3 sentences, but I'm going to go look up a life roadmap template. There it is, right? Pops right up, right? Life roadmap template. And look at that and figure out where we're going to be for the next 1, 5, 10 years or whatever. Pave your life roadmap is one. This is like a lot of them. Yeah, perfect. There's a lot of things here. That is way not what I wanted. Anyways, I'll figure it out and I'll send it out there and stuff, and we'll get that going. Thanks again for listening. Please like, subscribe. Please go check it out on YouTube. Please watch us on YouTube. Please subscribe on YouTube. We need more subscribers. We got to get to 1,000. Once we get to 1,000, we can snowball this thing. We can get bigger names. I have a bunch of people that I'm wanting to reach out to, but if we don't have the numbers on YouTube, they're less likely to come. Yes, we have great podcast download numbers, but if we don't have good numbers on YouTube, they're not going to come. And I have some names that I'm like, they're like list. They're like waiting. They're like, hey, you guys got to have these kind of numbers and stuff. Like, I need that stuff. So please, guys, please, even if you only watch 1 minute of a YouTube video, just subscribe. 1,000 subscribers will be so helpful. Watch them there. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great week. Bye.